That was great. I love it. I love that intro. Hey, guys, welcome. Usually we're here at 8 o'clock. Welcome to Cool Crap We Love. My name is John Peasy, and this is 2 o'clock, which is very unique for us. We generally don't do it this early. However, it's a special day. I don't know about you guys, but it's like 75, 80 degrees in New Jersey and gorgeous out. A great day to be hanging out at the beach or doing whatever you want to do during the middle of COVID times. And we have a great show today talking about comedians that we love of the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s and more. And I am a huge fan of comedy, as you all know. And let's get started. I'm going to bring on my co-host, which I think you all know very well. And he goes by a very strange name. His name is Walt Ghislaine Maxwell Epstein Pontolio.
I was never on that plane. Never on that plane.
How you doing, Walt?
It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon today, baby.
It's weird, huh?
It's weird. I like it. I like this doing. You know, we were just talking about Jamaica. I just booked a trip to Jamaica in February. I'm trying to get Peasy to come, and then I'm thinking we could do a show from Jamaica, bro.
That's right. I would do it. I would do it from Jamaica. That would be so cool.
Why wouldn't we do one every day?
That's true. I would do that every day. As a matter of fact, I think our breasts will look wonderful out in the sun.
Yes.
Jamaica.
My
big
left,
fat white
my
American
left one is a little bit bigger.
What's the deal with the glasses? You kind of look like a bloated Terminator there. What's happening?
Hey, you know, the point I'm trying to make here is it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The sun is still out.
Yeah, it is. It's great out. It's really.
But this is going to replay tonight. This will replay tonight at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll get a lot more people watching. Yeah, striketv.org. That's right. Strike TV. We're on Strike TV this last couple of weeks, and it's streaming live right now to me, to the Cool Crap page, to Strike TV, and Strike TV's other pages. It's like all over. It's really great.
Did you stream it to mine?
No, I need your special your SPMTP. I don't know. I need your PP. Anyway, listen, let's move on. let's move on. So, comedy. I love comedy, and I know you do too as well. And we're going to bring Judy on in a little while. So let's get right into it. I wanted to say, there's a lot of comics that I grew up, but you sent me over a few comedians that you thought were great. And this one is one of the great comics too that I adored. Right here.
Phyllis Diller.
Love Phyllis Diller.
Love Phyllis Diller. Ugly as original sin, but funny.
Hilarious. Remember, she had a dog named Fang, and her husband. Yeah,
Fang. What was her husband's name?
I don't recall.
Killer? Is it Killer?
I just remember one thing I remember about her is all the stuff was 1-2 punch kind of stuff. Instead of punch. Yeah, and a great laugh. Wonderful.
She was like the Penguin.
Never had the pleasure of meeting her either. I would have loved to. She was a great lady. Hey, this is another one that we all grew up with. That's a classic too. I mean, this was.
Loved them,
right? How could you not?
Sunday morning, 11:30.
Mm-hmm.
You'd watch the Abbott and Costello hour, whatever. It went from 11:30 to 1 o'clock on Sunday afternoons. You didn't go to church because you were staying home for this, and you watched the Mets game came on right after it. So it was awesome.
Not only that, they also they did all these kinds of movies. And by the way, he's from Paterson, New Jersey, Lou Costello.
Louis.
Yeah, there's actually a statue in Paterson, New Jersey, of Lou Costello that hasn't been pulled down, ironically, yet.
Yeah, they haven't found out yet that he owned slaves or something.
Yeah, but also they had a great 30-minute sitcom that used Abbott and Costello show, and that used to come on as a kid for me after school on Channel 11 WPIX.
Loved it, man. Loved that show.
Loved it. And Mr. Fields. And all of those.
Mr. Fields, Sidney Fields.
Loved it.
Sidney Fields. Two of the best.
My secretary's favorite, and then she's not a stand-up comic. This is my secretary's favorite funny person.
Yeah, she was a beauty. She was actually a good-looking woman back then.
It was physical comedy, totally, more, I guess, silly. I don't know what you do that kind of comedy.
Silly, like vaudeville. She used to. I mean, she made a living, not a living, but. One of her most famous bits was when the candy came out on the conveyor belt, and she was trying to eat it all, wrap it and eat it. And
they have a whole store about her and Disney, I believe. I remember years ago they had a whole. But I watched all the episodes. Ricky, married to a Cuban.
Married to a Cuban. Yeah. she had the, what was it? I Love Lucy. Then the Lucy showed, and Here's Lucy, and there was, you know, what was it? Gail Gordon was Mr. Carmichael or something, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. I'm going to give you one of these. Very good there, Ghislaine. And here's another one that you threw up here that I, of course, grew up with loving. Of course, this the man,
Carlin.
Carlin, really great.
This guy was. This was observational humor at its best, I thought. And I got to be honest, I saw him live over in Poughkeepsie, New York, where Jonna Spilbor is from.
Right.
And he got really angry at the end of the set. Got really angry.
Angry about what?
We literally walked out on him because he was yelling at audience members.
You know, and at the end of his career, he had gotten really dark. Like, if you even watch the HBO specials that he did produce later on. And I never had the pleasure of meeting him either. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to say, I would have loved to. Hey, Latifah's saying hello to you.
She loves me, man. I don't know who that woman is, but she loves me.
Well, take her to Jamaica with you.
I
bet you our breasts are bigger than hers.
Oh, we should definitely talk about that Jamaica thing, but go ahead.
Yeah, we definitely will. In the meantime, next coming up is, and again, you know, when it comes to comics, Carlin, you could go on forever and ever about it. He's just the greatest. Now, this is strange. This guy took the world by storm, and I liked his humor, but it didn't hit me as, I mean, it's manic.
It was he was a comics comic, if you know what that means. Like a lot of comics, you know, they sit in the, you know this, comics sit in the back. They don't want somebody to do good because then it makes them look bad, and nobody wants to watch the comic on before them, and nobody wants to stay around to watch the comic after them. But this guy, all the comics, sat in the back and watched him.
I mean, a lot of people, I mean, there was a lot of big controversy over the day, too, about that guy. Everyone said, oh, he took this guy's bit, he took that guy's bit, and he would just do it again. He got cocaine. I don't know. I wasn't part of the West Coast stuff. I was over here on the East Coast. So, but great comic.
He could take an onion and make it just a whole bit on an onion without having any material written. Well,
it appeared that way. But as you know, most improv is, really spend time on creating. A lot of times, I mean, I do anyway. I do an interactive act, and people think it's off the cuff, but a lot of stuff you write ahead of time.
Sure,
of course, you know. Andy Meisner, how are you?
Andy Meisner. Hey, I also saw Carlin. You know the videotape called "Lost in New Jersey"?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, he filmed it in I think it was like North Bergen, New Jersey. I was actually at that taping.
See, so you're a big comedy fan. You're actually putting out the books for watch stand up.
Yeah. You know, I'm telling you, I spent a lot of money to get involved with, for my life to wind up with you.
For me, where am I going?
With you. This is what I have to show from it.
By the way, somebody just wrote, R.I.P. Bob Schimmel, my old friend.
Love Schimmel.
By the way, I took a couple of pictures, at liberty taking other pictures than what you sent me, and I put him as part of it.
Love Schimmel.
Love Schimmel. Love Schimmel.
One of my favorite. I actually got to talk to Robert Schimmel on my radio.
Why was he so great? Why was he so great? Because he took dick joke humor and made it clever. It wasn't direct. It was very clever. And I kind of really appreciate that.
Quick story about Robert Schimmel. He was online for like a kidney or something like that, right? Yeah. I think it was a kidney or a liver or something.
He died 3 times practically, yeah.
Yeah. So he called in my radio show and he was telling us about how he was on stage. They gave him a phone, like the Mayo Clinic. And when they call, you have to answer. And
that's correct.
His phone rang right during a gig. And he said to the audience, I got to pick this up. And it was an AT&T, sales call. And that was the punchline on the joke. But then his phone rang in the background. And I said, Bob, you better go get that. He goes, what do you think? You're going to be the guy that I'm going to be on the phone with when I get the call?
He also ended up, he has a great book out. Great book. I think it's I licked, it was a great line. It was, because he had cancer.
Yeah.
And he goes, I licked the
big, beat that?
The name of his book was I Licked the Big C. and then I got cancer.
I love Schimmel, man. Oh, come on.
Great guy. Anyway, hey, it's 12 minutes past, and I promised our special guest
bring her in.
That I bring her in at 10 after, so we're a little bit.
The sex goddess.
Yeah, well, by the way, when you look at Judy's career, it's amazing. And I just have a little bio here on her, but it really is amazing. You've seen Judy Tenuta appear in shows from the Vagina Monologues to Menopause, the musical. Her stand-up specials have aired on Showtime, HBO, Lifetime. And Judy was featured also as a national spokesperson for the series of Diet Dr. Pepper commercials. Now, she's called the self-described love goddess.
Love goddess. I say sex goddess, it's love goddess.
Love goddess. I don't know where you were at, but you could ask her.
It's been a long time, Johnny.
Well, if she's the love goddess, what are you? You're the Viagra goddess. And she's also considered the Aphrodite of the accordion and has made hundreds of guests and host appearances, hosting on such popular television shows as The View, Late Night with David Letterman, Larry King, Entertainment Tonight, Comics Unleashed, and is a 2-time Grammy Award nominee. She also has a star on Hollywood Boulevard, which is
two stars. Right? Two stars.
Who's better than that? So what can we say? Bring on the wonderful, beautiful, and very funny lady, Judy Tenuta.
Everybody. Woohoo! How are you, Love Buckets?
Hello.
Oh, I gotta tell you. Oh, as you know, I am the love goddess and princess of panty shields. I can absorb you. Oh, do you know all of my titles? You know all of my titles. I'm petite flower giver goddess, fashion plate saint, earth mother hostess, geisha girl, buffer of foreheads, healer of hermaphrodites, blesser of bunions, queen of candy pants, and empress of Elvis impersonators.
I saw that.
You guys, look, I got my squeeze box.
I got it.
That is so cool.
I'm gonna make you suffer. I'm gonna sing a song. I want a guy with a mobile home who take your fingers away. Bitch.
Heard that before.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sassy. You guys, I was listening to all the comics. I love all the comics you mentioned, but especially Joan Rivers was a mentor to me, so I love her. And she was like a machine gun with her jokes. I call it machine gun
comic.
delivery.
Yeah.
And Phyllis Diller was the same. I loved Phyllis.
Yep.
I loved Joan. I want to go all the way back to, though, I loved Mae West.
Wow.
Mae West. I forgot about her.
Because she created her own show. In those days, vaudeville, they didn't write their own material a lot of the times, but she did. That's why I love her. But
come up and see me sometime.
Yeah, honey.
Come on.
Your pocket, you just happy to say my. Yeah. and I love Joan, especially. I would do, she had many morning shows. I was always on them. And then when she was on Fox for the first time, I got to do, I was one of the first comedians she brought on. So she was great. I loved her. Yeah, I loved her so much. And,
we understand that she loved you too, I've heard.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It's on her gravestone.
But one thing about Judy, though, she liked all drugs.
Big accordions on her gravestone. No.
But
actually, I do. I love her. And I don't know if you guys know this. You also mentioned George Carlin, who I grew up loving because that's who my parents would play. Well,
the 7 Dirty Words.
That was the only comedian he let us listen to, So but I loved him. By the way, after my first HBO special in '87, he asked me to open for him. So I got to open for him for the whole summer of 1988. Cool. He was so great. It's so funny because George and I both love to do voices. So, how he would always say, "Hey, Dan, say Dan." So we'd be in the back of the limo going to the venue, and his manager would yell at us, "Would you two shut up?" Because all we would do is voices in the back and drive him crazy. But anyway, George
was great. But he was angry at the end. He was an angry comic at the end.
That's because he didn't have me with him.
Yes.
No.
He was doing voices for nobody.
He was preaching a little more. He became
Yes.
more evangelical, kind of preachy, but it's okay. He's so great.
Well, we all
And-
grow as people. But how does it feel like at that time does somebody say, "Hey, I want you to come on the road"? One of the top comics one of the most creative comics in the country,
Oh
to say,
my
"Come
God,
with me." God,
what was so great was one of the first shows we did in New York. My first HBO special with Rita Rudner and Paula Poundstone and
great comic.
Ellen and
Jeez.
yeah, that came out that summer, and George calls me from my. We were staying at what is that? Oh, I don't know, one of those fancy. Who's that lady in New York that everybody hated and she owned all the hotels? Oh,
Imelda Marcos.
No,
Imelda
no.
Marcos.
No, the one.
she owned all the shoes.
Oh, yeah. What was her name?
They put her in jail. Remember, she went.
Yeah, the little dog.
Yes.
Yeah, the little white dog.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, what was her name?
Andy Kindler.
No,
Andy Dick.
we stayed in her fancy hotel. And anyway, George calls me after the show and goes, Judy, I just saw the review in the paper and you got a great review. I go, oh, wow. George Carlin is telling me that's awfully nice, so that was really sweet. Yeah, I loved him. He was great. I had a best time with him. And, I love other comedians that I love. Well, here's people. You never know who's going to come over and visit me, like Roseanne. Hi, you guys. I lost weight and crap, but I still got a blowhole. Yeah. So, and also, who I love Chris Rock too.
Chris Rock.
Great comic.
And Dave Chappelle, but I can sort of do Chris Rock. Is I love chicken and Robitussin. Why can't I have them at the same time? I love chicken and Robitussin. I don't know.
It's actually pretty good.
It is good. She has to watch it. They don't pull her head off.
Yeah, I love him. But yeah, there's a
That's
lot
it. Leona Helmsley. Leona Helmsley was the lady she's talking about.
Oh my
That was the
God.
one.
Yeah. We stayed at her hotel. George always that's one thing. He didn't skimp on all the, the accommodations. We got to stay there.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
But Joan, oh my God, that's what I forgot to say. Joan, she put me in the Plaza Hotel and at her backstage, what do you call it when they have all the food back there? It's a
buffet.
Well, anyway, buffet. But usually people have Twizzlers.
Yeah, carrot sticks.
Yeah, before you go on. No, not her. She had, what kind of omelet do you want?
Really?
I'm like, what? Yeah,
There you go.
And meanwhile, she was like this.
Yes.
She was
Because she like,
Oh, no. She was very generous. Yeah.
She was really generous. That's great to hear. You see, nobody knows these things.
Nobody knows it.
No. Hey, let me tell you. Let me ask you this though, Judy. I've been on the road for a lot of years doing comedy. In the beginning, when you first start, it's really great. You get all these perks, and you stay at the best hotels in the world. You meet all these people at a ton of dough, and then all of a sudden, later on, you could care less. You want to fall asleep on your couch in your house. You don't even care anymore.
Yeah.
You just don't. He's like.
I had to pay my dues and stay in a hotel in Knoxville, which was like a doghouse. So that was, that was all the way back in. I don't know if it was 1983 or 4. Anyway, no more of that. No more of that.
I was in North Platte, Nebraska, and I'm bragging. And I went into this hotel that they gave me. I don't know what it was. You could take a bat and crack the sheets to crack them up to loosen them up before you went to sleep. And I remember just taking everything off the bed and putting my clothes on it and sleeping on the bed and putting my clothes along the floor so I could step out of the shower. So I didn't touch anything. I was freaking out.
Why would you pick up those sheets after you cracked them?
Well, they were first of all, the reason why I'm saying that you could crack them, they were crispy from the night before.
I know. That's why I'm asking you why you touched them.
I cracked them up to get them off the bed.
Oh my God.
Well,
I love it.
You stay to some of the most beautiful places in the world, I'm sure, too. And are you a homebody, or are you one of these, like as Kreskin calls it? He says we're all just basically carnies. We got to travel around.
Well, when I started out, I was like a nomad. I was traveling everywhere. So I've been to every city in the United States doing comedy. But now, of course, we can't travel. That's why I was wondering about you going to Jamaica. Can you do? Are you allowed?
Oh, it's in February. In February.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, in February. Yeah, this whole thing will be over by November 4th.
That's right by my birthday. But yeah, my birthday's November 7th, so yay.
I'm November 21st.
Oh yeah? Okay,
yeah.
You're a Thanksgiving baby.
I am.
Wow, yeah. See, at least you're not getting ripped off like the holiday kids. It's good for you.
Right. Everybody brings it to Thanksgiving dinner, the presents.
We love Thanksgiving. I love it.
And, Judy, who influenced you when you were growing up as a kid? I mean, what influenced you to be funny?
Well, I go all the way. Well, when we were little, my parents, when they would go out, they would play all those movies. So I would see, all these older comics that I loved, like Laurel and Hardy and the Marx Brothers, and
love them.
Like that. I love those guys. But to be more contemporary about it, of course, like I said, I love George Carlin, Joan Rivers, Phyllis Diller, loved her. By the way, I just want to let you know, her husband's name was Fang.
For real?
Phyllis
a husband, yeah. A husband's name was Fang, not the dog. Not the dog.
I love that laugh. But she was great. I loved her.
What about this guy?
Oh, he is the one, Steve Martin.
Everyone loves him. Adored.
When I saw him on Saturday Night Live, I think it was 1975, so I was only like 19, 20. And whatever I was, I said, that's it. I want to do something wacky
silly
like that. He was, and I got to meet him. Our good buddy Bob Rumba. Bob and I and Emo Phillips went to a theater in Chicago called the Ivanhoe, and Steve Martin appeared there in 1975, and we said, we gotta go. We go, and we asked if we could go backstage. He was so nice. Nice.
Steve Martin is the reason I do what I do here. Steve Martin's the reason. I wore a white tuxedo to my prom, and I had, no kidding, I had an arrow, one of those arrow through the heads in my side that I could put on during the prom.
I mean, he really changed. Up until then, as you know, everything was topical, like George Carlin, which was great. So everybody studied under the George Carlin method, right? Then Steve Martin came in, and it was a free-for-all. It was great.
That's it.
Oh, don't let me forget. I loved Sam Kinison.
Great. I sent Kinison to you. Let me tell you also, when Mike Morse made the cartoon for this show, and he put a rubber chicken in my hand, I was ecstatic because that was another Steve Martin gig.
You were
ecstatic? The rubber chicken.
Oh, I mean, no. I mean, he was the only one that, he would go out there and just be, he even said though, look, because, he started at Disneyland doing magic.
At a magic shop.
When he was a teenager.
Yep.
So he learned to do all this stuff. He could fold balloons,
Yeah.
So
I remember that.
Everything. Remember when he folded the balloon, put it on his head?
Put it on his head, yeah.
By the way, there was a book.
It was absurd, but it was so damn funny.
Because 2007, he came out with a book. Did you see that? Did you listen to? He came out with a book in 2007 that was fantastic called "Born Standing Up." I listened to it in the car like 3 times, and he told his whole career from Disney World through doing stand-up. He's doing like this meta comedy that really wasn't hitting really, very well for a very long time before he kind of fell into the niche,
but he learned to, what's so great about him is, he said, I had to learn to deal with the silence. You have to make the silence work for you. And when you watch him, sometimes he'll just do something not speaking, and it's just hilarious, right?
Yeah. And Jack Benny was one of those guys. Jack Benny was a comic that make silence work.
Oh,
See, but you're energetic. But this is a very creative thing, because you have this very unique thing about you, that you took something that nobody else was doing. Kind of. It's very it's visual. There's like this sarcasm. There's a strong woman kind of behavior behind it.
I say I'm a petite flower and love goddess, but then I call everybody pigs.
Right.
So, it's like this kind of it's this kind of dichotomy. It's
a duality.
Right. And so I think people didn't expect. I'm like this little. I call myself a petite flower, and then I would say, "Yeah, pig, kneel down." So it was like, people. It was different, right? So that was the whole thing.
Kinnison did the same thing. Kinnison did the same thing. Kinnison would talk to you, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Got it!" He would do the whole same thing.
That was I don't think we were the same thing, but yeah, he was. He was a preacher. So what I loved about him so much is he would be, a lot of people use swearing because it's a cheaper way to get a laugh, but not in his case. He was telling the story about, you women are bitches, you women are bitches, So,
was he wrong?
Well, he wasn't talking about me.
No.
But yeah.
How did you come up with this, though?
I loved him. I worked with him in England. We did a show together called Friday Live he already got famous. I was about to get famous. It was 1986. And it was so great because he says, Judy, I hate this. These damn Brits want me to wear a tux. And I'm Sam Kinison. Because he would wear those raincoats with the little beret. And oh my God, I laughed so hard because he had to wear this tux and do his, but it was still hilarious. How
did you develop this, though? How did you develop this character? I mean, when you first started doing comedy, did you come out and start doing jokes or 1-2 punch lines or just?
No. Like most comics, when you start out, maybe I was doing a few. I don't know, but I did the accordion. I added because I grew up playing the accordion. So my mom said when I was leaving the house and I was 19, she said, "You're taking that accordion with me. You'll thank me later." And I go, "Mom, it's gross. I don't want to take it."
And there you are, years later.
Hello. Yeah. So
a lot of people.
That's all people. That's all. Where's your accordion? Like I remember the first time I had to go to the hospital because I'm a petite flower and I had to do some kind of ovular thing. Who knows? And the doctor says to me, "Where's your accordion?" I go, "Excuse me, I don't bring it to the emergency."
So Judy, if you came to Jamaica with us, would you bring your accordion?
Yes, in that case, I would do. Yes, I would. By the way, get very accustomed to when you go to Jamaica. People, I've been there. I did a movie there, and there's some. I'm assuming you're going to stay in a resort, right?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of really, I don't know.
Bad places.
Yeah, not as nice.
Right. Yeah, because your meat tastes good.
Yeah.
But beware of the nude beaches. Oh my God! In Jamaica, we were filming this movie, and they go, "Oh, come on, let's go over to the buffet." Well, these guys are like 70 years old in a thong, and I go, "Gross!" I lost 20 pounds because I couldn't eat a damn thing at the buffet. Looking at these guys in their banana wrappers. I call it a banana hammock.
That's right.
Banana wrap is funny. I don't even like banana wrap.
I would say to myself, it's panic, but I like
I
rapping.
couldn't believe it. They'd be like, "Yeah, I think I'll." I'm like, "Oh God, gag me." Yeah. So.
You know,
I'll be
that's
56 when I go.
But why? See now, why does a woman look at the guy like, you know, sitting in the chair with a banana wrapper hanging out, and it's disgusting? We as guys will look at the women like, you know what I mean? Like we're just totally the opposite.
Yes. Well, the women that I saw were in Jamaica. Also, I was on the French Riviera. There, you know, those women are beautiful, right? But sometimes, like in Florida, no offense, you go to the nude beach. Oh, Emo and another comic. What's his name? You know, Larry the Cable Guy.
Of course,
when he was first starting. He's from Florida, you know. And those two played a trick on me. Oh, Judy, we're taking you to the beach today. Hello. You know, and they had a blindfold on me. You're gonna love this. It's so beautiful. So we go there. We're on the beach there. I think it was right there in Palm Beach, because that's where Larry's from. Larry the Cable Guy. So they take me to one of these. They take off my mask.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. You mean to tell me you trusted two comics to put a mask on somewhere?
No, because they said, Judy, it's a big surprise because we know your birthday's coming.
Well, I have a big surprise for you.
Yes, I have one too.
No,
it's Epstein Island.
No, they were mean. They were mean mother truckers. So they took me to the beach, and then Emo takes off my mask, and I go, there's a guy there with a beer gut hanging out and no pants, and then a lady mopping the beach with her boobs. I mean, who needs to yell? I go, oh, this is.
We still would have looked.
They were laughing so hard they couldn't stand it. That's all they cared about was freaking me out.
So did you stay?
Well, of course I stayed.
Yeah, of course you got to stay.
No. I made them get me out of there.
I just want to see what a picture of her with a mask on walking on the beach looks like. It's hilarious. So just a visual in my mind of that.
Well, keep in mind, it was there weren't very many people because they brought me at about 11 in the morning, and you know, because they wanted to make sure we could I guess I don't know what they were doing, but anyway, it was hysterical.
John, you know what's funny about that? No. As she walks on with the mask on, now she finds out, so she's like, "Get me out of here!" As she's leaving the beach, there's two other idiots with a girl walking in with a mask on.
It's like a parade.
Like I said, it's not like on the French Riviera where all the women are beautiful. Like
sure,
like in early day Brigitte Bardot or something, right?
I hate to tell you though, but you know, in the 80s, my friend Ron, you know, No Filter Ron, and myself and my wife and my friend, and we all went to Jamaica, and we were out. I couldn't believe it. It was the first time I experienced a nude beach. And it was not that we went there to go on the beach. We were just there, and next to this resort that we stayed in Jamaica was a nude beach. And I had the old time video camera. I actually videotaped. I still have it. And by the way, the funniest video, I still have the video. The funniest part was the guy is on a chair going like this. his banana and his beach balls are hanging down.
Like I told you, you guys, I'm in Jamaica. I lost so much weight.
I'm looking forward to it now.
At the buffet, I see the old men in the banana hammock, you know, go blah, blah, blah. And then the woman with their boobs mopping the beach with their boobs. Yeah.
But you know something? It's a different time. The world we live in today, all of this BS is crazy. This doesn't matter as much anymore.
Listen. I'll take Jamaican banana hammocks over what we're going through now.
Exactly right.
I will live with banana hammocks. I'll live on the beach with nude banana hammocks, so we don't have to take this. Let's just pray that this gets over.
I can't before it's over. As a matter of fact, you know, the social distancing, I've been staying away from my wife 6 feet every day, and it's the closest we've ever been.
Look, I'm so trained, you guys. I wear the mask in the shower.
I don't wear.
It's ridiculous.
So
I'm against it.
Judy's a Muslim.
You're against?
Look, you got
look
mask.
at that. That's a good one.
Actually, it looks great. I love it.
I like that one better. Yeah.
You know, it gets rid of the whole double chin thing here.
Yeah, right. You don't see this.
What is that, Judy? Hold on, let me see what that is.
Look, full frontal tenudity.
Tenudity. I love it.
Yeah, tenudity. Yeah.
Tenudity.
Full frontal tenudity. So I have this book. If anybody was interested, they could go to Amazon. But I'm not selling. I'm just saying.
That's, by the way, look at this. Beautiful comments. Look at this. Judy is still beautiful. See that?
Oh,
wow, she is still beautiful. Everyone's stuck. Nobody's telling us we're beautiful, Walt. What's the deal?
But they like your banana hammocks.
Yeah, not mine. My banana. My banana's.
I'm getting up.
Oh no! Wait, John, I don't want to see it. I don't. Put it away.
Judy, you look like you gained a little weight. Hang on, I'm going to help you out.
Oh my God!
You know, I just can't believe somebody.
You guys, you want to know something? One of the great things about I got to bring this up because every person I ever meet, the one thing they get jealous about is that in the 90s, I would get invited to the Playboy Mansion all the time. And it was so much fun. And, you know, everybody would be there. You know, I'm talking about Leo DiCaprio, all these guys, and they'd all be in their pajamas. And okay, don't tell anyone. Anyway, I took this from a Playboy Mansion.
And she's a thief.
And she's a thief, a good thief.
Because they were kind of giving them away.
Kind of.
I just golfed there I golfed there about 6 weeks ago. It's decrepit.
No way.
Yeah.
Really?
Over here? Oh yeah.
Up in Vernon Valley. Mount Vernon. Where is it? Vernon?
She's talking about in L.A.
Oh, I've never been there.
I'm talking about the Vernon Valley one. That's
It's in Holmby Hills. Holmby Hills.
Right.
It's real.
Yeah,
fancy.
I was in the one here in Jersey. I think it's in Jersey.
Oh well, great.
I never been to the Playboy Club, but I've come across the pages.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, but after a while you couldn't open them. Hello. Anyway, but
Johnny, I got to give you one. Bing, bing, bing on that.
Yeah, bing, bing, bing. Speaking of bing, 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 I wrote this morning. You ready? You'll love this. So I got a vasectomy, and I thought that would prevent us from having children. Apparently, it only makes my new kids black.
it makes, oh God. Oh well.
And none of this is factual. This is just fun.
Yeah. Thanks for getting our show boycotted. Thanks, man.
That's you, John. Johnny did that.
No, Judy. These impersonations that you do, the Roseanne one is really, really great. I remember back in the day, you used to do.
Wait a minute, you guys. I had 5 kids. You know that. I had 5 kids all at once. I rolled over in the litter box.
I remember seeing you years ago do. I think it was Latoya.
Latoya Jackson. Michael.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how great that looks. You see how great that looks? It's like creepy.
It stayed for a while too.
Yeah, it stays.
Yeah,
I don't know how you do it.
It's hard to do.
I love it. That's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Michael.
Oh my
Let's see
God.
what happens with us. I get nothing.
I can't.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
Yeah, but here's the question: is how did you decide to do it? How did you?
Yeah, what made you do that?
Well, no, because I knew I could do that. I knew I could do this. You know how when you're a kid and you do stupid things?
Yeah.
So I go, oh, look at LaToya Jackson. I can be LaToya Jackson.
You look a little like Joan Rivers at the end too, though.
I love her. I love her. It's like butter. I love her.
And what do you think about Gilbert Godfrey? What about Gilbert?
That I also get possessed by Barbara Streisand. Okay, wait.
Streisand.
Oh, Papa, can you hear me? Papa, can you feel me? Papa, can you help me not be frightened? butter.
That's a bravo.
That's a good one.
I love talk. I love talk like butter.
That looked like LaToya Jackson doing Barbara Streisand.
Well, that's okay. It's close enough. It's close. Oh,
No.
now my hair. I'm doing my hair on screen here. Never mind. Never mind.
Looks good.
Oh no. It got
Now you
Who,
do
who else do you impersonate?
Cher also.
No.
Cher,
I
right?
don't. No, you guys. Oh fuck. Oh. That's a bad word. You can't say that, right?
Don't worry about it.
It's all.
The kindergarten class watching knows all about it.
Ah.
I think you do Cher as well, don't you?
Well, do you believe in life after love? Chastity. Well,
Turn back
He does do that.
my labia. If I could turn back labia. That's great. That's really great. See, this is really fun. A lot of people don't know that, Judy, you were born in Chicago, correct?
that is correct. I was
Italian-
actually born in a suburb of Chicago called Oak Park.
Oh, Oak Park. I used to work in Oak Lawn. Oh, actually,
Oak
Oak Park.
Lawn is great.
Barrel of
Yes.
Laughs.
I love that place. Yeah,
Remember
I
that?
love
Yeah,
it
it was
there
a great
too.
club. Yeah.
Oak Lawn is burned to the ground, but Oak Park is good.
Oak
I don't
Park
remember.
is a very historical city because it's also the home of Ernest Hemingway and Frank Lloyd Wright. So I like to sit in uncomfortable chairs and shoot moose. Yeah. But yeah. So it's a beautiful city.
You part of Second City or no?
Yes, I took class
Really?
at Second City. I loved it. Yeah, and then I realized though, it's a lot harder to work with a bunch of people. Well, no, you know what I mean. You just depend on yourself. Sometimes somebody doesn't show up, So, I just learned to be on my own.
Yeah.
And but I love acting, of course. I love doing all that stuff.
Well, how was it when you got the star on the Hollywood Boulevard? How was that? Oh my God!
Okay.
Two.
I've got 2 stars here. Should I show you?
Please.
Sure.
Here, let's go look at them. I have to bring the phone with me because
Please
they're
do.
in-
You have to.
yeah,
Bring,
they're,
yeah,
in the
you-
they're in the next room.
okay. Oh, I
And
hope we
so-
don't lose internet connection now.
Oh no, it's right
Go
here.
ahead.
That look at this. I feel
Okay.
like we're in Judy's house.
Can you see?
Yes,
My star right.
I see. I just saw your toilet.
We saw your toilet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's
There
where
you
it all
go.
happens.
That's my Las Vegas star.
So wait a minute. It's not on the boulevard.
That one's in Las Vegas. And I don't know how to do this, but
You're doing
anyway.
good. You're doing good. Yeah, we got it.
And that's
And there's
Hollywood.
the other-
That's great.
Yeah.
That is- How does
So
that
it's
feel?
for-
Can you show us
No,
the toilet
look,
again?
no.
No, but that's got. How does that feel when you got nominated to be part of that? How did that feel? That had to be like.
Well, yeah, they asked me. Yeah. Well, of course, it's. You know what's great about it? It's a hell of a lot better than a tombstone.
Thank you.
No, you know what I mean? Because it's like a monument to you, and then people can walk on you and do whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and now they could defecate on you in California.
I hope not.
I hope not either. But you must have been very excited when that all happened. I mean, I don't know. That's such a tribute. I mean, think about, there's a lot of accolades. People clap for you. They give you applause. But what about that? That's like, come on.
I got a good question.
It's a great thing at the end of, it's a great, what I was lucky for? We did it last November for my birthday, and that was just before the horrible virus, right? So I really lucked out that I got that. So I was very happy.
The star in Hollywood. This is a question. Whose star is to the right and whose star is to the left of you?
Oh,
You should know that.
that's bad. I don't know.
Make it up.
But I know in Las Vegas, what's his name? Oh God, I don't know. I can't
Wayne Newton?
remember. Wayne Newton.
How did you know that?
Wayne,
Who else goes to Las Vegas besides Judy and Wayne
Newton is
Newton?
the king. Wayne Newton is the
The
king,
king of
Las
Vegas.
Wow.
He's
No,
the
but
king of
he's,
Vegas.
yeah,
What about Danny Gans?
Yeah, that's right. Poor Danny Gans, great guy.
His wife killed him.
No, it was drugs, man. It was over a
Oh,
pill.
that's right.
Yeah.
What?
Danny Gans.
Yeah, his wife killed him, right?
No.
Yeah, he used to do impersonate. Yeah, I think it was his wife, but he used to do impersonations of LaToya Jackson and Roseanne Barr,
Oh, yeah, right.
Cher, and Chris Rock,
Very
if I'm not
funny.
mistaken.
Yeah, right, Wall. Okay.
Now, you
Anyway,
worked with
guys.
Rita Rudner also, right? Rita Rudner, you worked a lot with.
Yes, well, she actually did the special with me. Yeah, she's great. All of those ladies are great.
And Poundstone.
But you know who I loved opening for? One of the first comics I opened for in 1980 at you remember the Atlanta Punchline? I don't know.
Yeah,
That was
I was
real
there.
famous.
I was there several months ago. They moved it.
Jay Leno.
Wow.
Leno. Hey, Tenuta, come on, let's go shopping. So after the show, it's like 1 a.m. and we go over to the Piggly Wiggly. And it's so funny. I go in the vegetable bar. What do you want with these vegetables? This sucks. Come on. And then we go and get a pizza. So it's like 2 a.m.
What does it look like seeing Tenuta and Leno walking in the supermarket at 2 in the morning?
Well,
Did anybody notice?
You have to remember, it's Atlanta in 1980. They were flabbergasted. God, what the hell's going on?
How was he? Was he a cool guy?
Oh, I loved him.
Yeah,
He
cool
was
guy.
great. Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, by the way, I still love him, of course.
Who don't you like in showbiz?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't say.
Oh, you can say. Who's watching? Come on.
Let's just.
Who does it rhyme with? What does it rhyme with?
It's a rhyme with.
You know, honestly, I don't.
How about Kerry Pinefeld? How about, does it rhyme with Kerry Pinefeld?
Well, I will say this. I mean, he's great. I love him, and I worked with him, and I'll never forget. And by the way, it was in the big theater. It was a big one of those. I want to call it a beach theater. You know.
Yeah, an amphitheater.
Yeah. And it was on the coast there near New York, whatever. Because Jerry's from New York.
Oh, Nassau, the Nassau Coliseum.
That's probably it.
No,
no, Jones Beach. Jones Beach.
No, it could also be. Well, okay, go ahead.
I don't remember, but as you know, I went on before him, and then afterwards, it was so funny. He goes, "Wow, I never saw anything quite like that." Well, good. That's the point. And no, I think he's great. I love him. I listen to him. Yeah,
Yeah, he's great. He's clever. I work the Borscht Belt Mountains still to this day. I mean, they're really gone pretty much. But I remember hearing stories about Jerry working these places back in the late 70s, maybe, or whatever. And they said he would die a lot. Like he would go back in the room, want to kill himself. Like he was really having a very difficult time attaching to the audiences before I guess he found his character and space and view.
It's just like anything. You have to do it over and over. If you want to get good, you have to do it over and over, and that's what he did. He even said when he did the Tonight Show, before he did his 5 minutes, he said, I had to make sure that it killed. So I would do it 3 times a night in New York at all the clubs.
Right.
I ended up doing that 5 minutes at least 200 times.
Right.
Because he said I had to be able to, let's say a bomb went off or whatever, you have to be able to
go through it
no matter what. You don't let anything stop you. So no interruption can stop you, or you know how to deal with it.
I think that was the bit where he used to do the mirrors on the wall. My bird used to fall for the mirrors on the wall.
You know what the interesting thing is too, though. Lately, I've been doing a roast. You ever do a roast, Jody? Roasts?
Oh God, I was so lucky with Bob Saget. I love him too.
Love Saget.
He's filthy, man.
Great.
He's great. Bob Saget was, and guess who we got to roast? It was a big deal. well, Tom Arnold was there, so he's always a blast, And then I got to be, Tom, nah, I'll never forget on our honeymoon, you were on me, you were on top of me, and anyway, and I'm like, are you in yet? Yeah. And,
Have you met her? Have you met Roseanne?
Oh my God, of course.
She's cool with you?
Yeah.
She had to think about that. She had to think about that.
Wait, now as you know, she lives in Hawaii. So
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She's
Three
got
daughters.
She's got her own marijuana farm and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's
I didn't know that.
but you're saying that you did the roast. You were on that roast with Saget.
Oh, that was
Who were they roasting?
That was all the way back in 2005, I want to say.
All the way
At
back.
the Beverly Hills Hotel. Guess who we were roasting?
I can look
The great,
Joan
no,
Rivers.
you'll never guess. The great director, James Cameron, who did, he did
Titanic.
Yeah.
I didn't.
That
Terminator.
guy was so cool. He was so cool.
Really?
Yeah, he knew who I was, and he was very nice, and just oh God, he was great. We had the best time. Yeah, Saget, me. Who was that comic? At the time, I'm so sorry, he's gone now. I think Ralphie May was there.
Yeah.
Ralphie May, yeah.
Yeah.
Passed away.
I loved him, and yeah, I can't think of who. I just remember Bob Saget.
Judy, who makes you laugh today?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Besides
think-
us.
We're not making a laugh.
A little bit. I did.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Well, like I told you, I like Dave Chappelle. I like, and everybody's got something funny. I like Jimmy Kimmel.
Great comic. Yeah.
Well, he can do anything.
Yeah, he's really very. I mean, like today, the only people actually make me laugh today, and I mean, I write dick jokes every day, but you're clean. I do. I write dick jokes every day, but the only guy that actually makes me laugh.
Tell me one.
I'll give you a million of them. This is one of my favorite comics.
He makes me laugh.
He kills me.
He makes me laugh, man.
I don't know him.
You don't know David Tell?
Oh, David Tell. He looked. Oh, from that angle. Yeah.
He looked like an old Jewish man to her.
Yeah.
There's no good angle on it.
I'm not as familiar with him, but because I'm not as familiar because
He makes me laugh, man.
All
Him
I
and-
know is he used to date Sarah Silverman.
Oh,
Who didn't?
David Tell?
No.
You
That
dated
was
her,
no, that was Jimmy Kimmel.
Date her?
Jimmy Kimmel
She
did.
dated Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy
and
Kimmel, yes.
David
I
Tell.
didn't date her.
Oh.
I just slept with her.
She got around.
But it's him and Schimmel. Schimmel and
Two of my favorites, man.
Yeah,
I
Bob
love
Schimmel.
Robert Schimmel too.
great
I
comic.
love him. He was
What
so sweet. We were at the Just for Laughs festival. You know what I love about him? He's very low key. He's very low key. Like, hey Judy, come here. I want to tell you something.
Yeah.
But he was he was so great. I loved him.
Judy,
yeah.
what did you think about this guy?
Oh,
Rickles. Loved
one
him.
of the first albums Bob Rumba ever got me was him.
Don
Yeah.
Rickles.
Not really?
Don
Did you like-
Rickles,
did you
and
like
I
that?
got to meet him and work. He was so nice. He's like this in the elevator because we were going to the comedy festival. He's like, hey Judy, how are you? I go, well, aren't you gonna call me a hockey puck? No, he was really nice.
I saw him live. I saw him live at the
I saw him
Stardust.
live.
Stardust in Vegas.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
one of the nice. I do put down humor with the ventriloquism, and one of the nicest things I heard. I was at a country club in Long Island with a bunch of old Jewish women that hired him, and he told me that they said that they gave him like $50,000. They said, "Listen, whatever you do, you can't make fun of us. We're on the board." It was a luncheon in the afternoon, luncheon for women at a Jewish country club that were golfers.
Oh, yeah?
So he came in, and the first thing he did was hit all three of those women and said
Oh.
something about the first supper or
And
whatever
they
with them.
went nuts.
She got up, took a cup of coffee, and threw it at him.
No.
Threw the coffee at him. And he said he did the rest of his act, took his $50,000 and left. When I heard that, I was the happiest guy in the world. I was like, oh, it happens to everybody. I'm not the only person people throw
But
shit
I
at.
bet you anything when when he made fun of those three snobby ladies, the audience laughed.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
See, that's all you care about. You want the audience to laugh. So you know.
You could clean a tuxedo. Now, when I got into him, when I first started coming up, learning about comedy, he was one of my idols. And then I ran into, from Chicago, somebody that you're going to know. Who do you think I'm going towards?
Chicago. Dreesen? It's going to be
Tom Dreesen?
No.
No. Chicago. Bob Newhart?
No.
I love him.
Me too. But when you think...
By the way, as you know, Newhart is best friends with Don Rickles.
Was he really?
Oh,
Bob Newhart.
See that? See,
that's why I said it.
More fun fact.
Newhart. I love him. Yeah.
Well, I loved Rickles, and then thinking about Rickles, who was the person from Chicago that would be similar to Rickles? I'll bring it up.
Oh.
She's a female.
Yeah, but she's not alive anymore.
No.
She's not alive.
Who is?
And people won't know who you're talking about.
I think you're right.
So let's forget. Yeah.
Who is that?
Her.
Joanne Worley?
No. Joanne Worley would be offended by that. Pudgy, that's right.
Pudgy. She was in the Blues Brothers.
Was
right?
she really?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think she was the one that the gas. She got the gas from Dan Aykroyd at the end.
Oh
no, that's Twiggy. That was Twiggy. Sorry, my bad. My bad.
You're crazy.
Hey, Walt.
You're crazy.
Walt.
You are an idiot.
No,
yeah, but some people don't know her.
People don't know
Pudgy.
You're right.
She basically took Rickles' act, so I don't,
She was a crowd working comic that did put down humor.
No, she did his act.
She did?
She did.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that?
Well, come on.
I don't know. I'm asking.
Okay, honey, that's what she was doing. But I liked her.
She don't want to tell you how she knows. She's just telling she knows.
No,
well, the reason why I liked her.
No, it doesn't do you any good to talk about people that they don't know. So anyway, we love
Good point.
You're right. I digress.
What's another one I gave you? Eddie Murphy.
Oh, I love him.
Love him.
Do I not love everybody? Yeah, Eddie Murphy.
Except Pudgy. Evidently, you said Pudgy.
Pudgy. Something's wrong with Pudgy going on there. I don't know what's going on with Pudgy back there.
So I don't know. There's a whole thing with Pudgy and
nobody
Judy.
knows Pudgy anyway.
No, hey, listen, people don't know her. That's all.
It's very true. It's very true. But everyone loved it. And when he came out with this special, it was one of the greatest.
When he came out with Eddie Murphy Delirious,
unbelievable.
They set the comedy world on fire.
Here's the thing about Eddie Murphy that I love.
Here we go.
I actually love his movies. He could do any voice. He could do any voice.
Yeah.
You know when he did the Clumps series of
yeah.
You some of the time when he did I didn't know that was him sometimes, and I go,
wow,
oh my God, he's playing the barber. He's playing the old Jewish guy.
Well, he did that in Coming to America also. He was all the characters in the barbershop.
He could do anything.
How about?
He's the greatest. What?
Who's that? Henny Youngman?
I love Henny.
Yeah.
Take my wife, please.
He's another machine gun. You know
what
I mean? It's like
Schwartz, and Schwartz.
My wife. No,
how could you? And of course, Joan.
Oh, she's my I love her.
Miss her. What do you think about dirty comedians? Blue, dirty, X-rated, whatever.
Like I said, if it like with Sam Kinison, they would get mad. Some people that, he would say, "Oh, that, you effing whore." I don't want to swear, but
What about Dice Clay?
Oh, I love.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, and by the way,
magic.
What a nice guy in person.
Yeah.
And what a nice Judy.
Andrew Silverstein.
Judy, can I get? He was so sweet. Yeah. No, he was. He was a phenomenon because he was one of the first guys to fill the
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how hard that is. He was.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got to give him a lot of credit.
Absolutely, he changed.
By the way, a great actor. He was in the Woody Allen movie.
Ford Fairlane.
Ford Fairlane.
Oh, No, but I'm talking about he was even in the Woody Allen movie.
It was.
As a blue. What was it?
You're
called?
right. You're right. That wasn't. There was.
With Kate Blanchett.
Now that's gonna drive me crazy. I'll be right there. I'm gonna look it up.
Kate Blanchett. It was called Blue, and it's a flower. Why can't anyway? And also, he was great in the Lady Gaga film. He played her dad.
John, why are we looking at you?
Oh, are you really?
Looking at you. We're looking at you. Research.
I thought I shrunk myself.
You guys, I'm getting hungry. Feed me. I gotta go eat something.
Yeah, we'll let you go. We're at 1 hour. We went way over. I told you we come on for like 15 minutes. You've been on 45 minutes, and I haven't even gotten it beat yet. It's like amazing how quickly. We got to close this up anyway. But Judy, thank you so much. You know, you are a delightful person. You have a great personality. You're so much fun. You really are. No bullshit.
Walt's going to be doing that now. Well, here's what Walt's going to do. He's going to come in the studio in his banana hammock. You know.
I'm gonna be in Jamaica going like this to everybody.
Hey Walt, I'm going to Jamaica with you, and you know what we're doing? I'm walking your wife onto the beach with a mask. And I'm gonna
send me that video.
And I'm gonna pinch her nose as we walk.
Judy, one more time. I want to see that one more time.
One more time, then we're out of here. Go ahead.
Latoya.
Michael, I wish I could sing.
Oh God, is that crazy?
That's brilliant.
Judy, thank you.
Hey, you guys, we had fun, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
And by the way, anyone that would like to hook up more with Judy, and I say hook up, and I mean that in a positive way, right?
Yeah. Social media.
That's right. And what is the social media for Judy? What is welcoming Judy Tenuta? We can find her at YouTube at youtube.com/spacegoddessy. Also at TikTok.
But you can also get me on Twitter. Go to Twitter. Go to what are the other ones?
Facebook.
Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok.
Even
TikTok until it's actually outlawed in this country, she'll be on it.
Right.
That's right. Or just judytenuta.com. Right, Judy Tenuta. Thank you, Judy.
Right.
Judy, I'm gonna friend you on Facebook.
Oh yes, please. Okay, and then you could send me all the pictures of you in the banana hammock.
Well, it'll be a small shot with very little detail.
That's all right. Well, it won't be anything big.
Thank you, Judy. All right,
thanks,
guys,
Judy.
We'll see you next week. This is way too much fun. One of my favorite shows. Thank you. Ciao for now, guys.